Okay, it's Easter time, I guess. I never remember when Easter is, but it's now. Probably this upcoming Sunday. So, yeah. Rabbit Hop is the last emote that I'll need. Actually, I think this is the last holiday event that I need to do on this account to basically have done them all, I guess. The last one we did was the birthday event. And we've definitely done a Halloween, Christmas. I don't know what else there is, but I'm pretty sure this is the last one. Modes are looking good. We still need a bunch of the mime ones, but the Rabbit Hop should get unlocked after this. Alright, finishing up the event. There we go. Reward, giant bronze dagger. East floor spade. Nest hat. Cool. Happy Easter. There's the hat. Looks kind of dumb. We got some Easter eggs. What are those worth? 16k. We'll drop these for somebody to come around and grab. Here's the giant bronze dagger. Looks pretty cool. Kind of like the what is it? The giant blade or whatever you get from Giant's Foundry. Looks a lot like that. And then we have a new spade that I believe is usable. I don't know. Spade is only sturdy enough for certain loose soil, often found on the trail of treasure. Oh, nice. So you can use the spade, but only for treasure trails. That's kind of cool. I'm probably never going to be useful for me, just because I have the tool storage in my house, and that's more convenient to grab a spade from there than it is to go to Django. Or wait, actually I can get the spade from the costume room, so maybe not. Maybe I will be using this for clues. Kind of cool. Oh, you can change the style of the hat as well. We got a little chick in there. Just two, egg and the chick. And we also get another remote unlocked, Rabbit Hop. With this bed, big milestone. 81 construction, which means we can build our basic jewelry box without any kind of boost. And 1776 total. So I've decided as well. Originally I was going to wait until 81 to start doing some upgrades to my house, just to kind of get the foundations laid for the house, for the max house that I want. Once I reach 85. Take a little break, you know, get the motivation up. But now I'm going to wait until I'm level 82, just because I realized that I can make a fairy ring in my house at level 85, which can't be boosted with the saw, just because you don't use a saw to build it. So I'll have to rely on the +3 boost from the T alone. I don't have to. Obviously, I could go get stews, like spicy stews, and boost it, but there's really no reason to do that, especially when I'm leveling my construction anyways. So I'm just going to wait one more level, and then we'll head to the house and start building our dream home. Also, I'm over 2,000 points, which means that I can actually afford the Hosidius reskin from the reward shop for Mahogany Homes. Just hit level 82 construction. Pretty big level here. Gilded Portal Nexus. That increases the teleport Nexus capacity from 4 teleports to 8. Marble staircase, okay, don't care about this stuff. Mounted head of alchemical hydra. Mounted dig site pendant, that's a really good one. I don't actually have the rubies for that yet. I think I've turned in maybe like half of them to the museum, so I still need quite a bit for that. But that's nice to know that I can mount that at any time. Vorkath's mounted head, anything else? Mahogany armor case without any kind of boost. So at this point, like I said, I'm actually going to go make some modifications to my house, start building it up. I'll get a full inventory of mahogany planks once I finish up the supplies that I have in my current inventory, and just start making some upgrades. I'll probably go die to Hespori, get the stuff out of my looting bag, because if we check here, a lot of this stuff can actually be stored in the house. Maybe I'll go around and make some elite stash units. I know I can store the rune crossbow and the miter now. I just have to grab some climbing boots and go make the stash and throw them in there. Yeah, we're going to do some organizing. We're going to do some upgrades. See you in a bit. Okay, I've been doing some renovating. As you can see, the walls look really fucking cool. Like, look at this Hosidius reskin for the house. It's so awesome. It gives like a little bit of fog to the POH as well, which I think looks super sweet. And the floors inside are all hardwood, like really nice looking, like mahogany. Yeah, I love it. So I made the decision, since I upgraded my pool to the Rejuvenation one, which includes prayer potions. I added 10 prayer potions to it, so it now restores our prayer and our run energy and our super attack, and our special attack energy. I made the decision to get rid of the chapel, just because I thought about it for a little bit, and it's going to be kind of a redundant room in the house, because the main method that I plan on training my prayer with is with the offering spells. Once I hit 95 rune crafting, to make the wrath runes. And so, since that's how I'm going to be using my bones and my ashes, it just doesn't make sense for me to have a chapel, since I can restore my prayer right there in one gulp. So let's take a look at the costume room now. We have upgraded to all mahogany, which is pretty nice. It's looking good, matches the floor really well. I might add a few finishing touches to it. I know I can upgrade a couple of these to be like gold trimmed, like the cape rack and the magic wardrobe. Just make it look a little bit cooler. It'd just be extra money, so we'll see. I'll do that at the end if I have extra money. But the treasure chest is now mahogany, which means we can now store every single type of clue score reward. So we can clear up a lot of what was in our looting bag now, which is what I have in my inventory at the moment. So if we go to the hard rewards, and we just kind of scroll down a bit, this is everything you can store in here. We'll start with the rune stuff. We do have the Guthix plate body. Throw that in there. We have the any other? Yeah, we have those. We have the ancient plate legs. We have the Saradomin full helmet. Let's find the rune G real quick. Not sure where that is. Oh, here it is. Cool. Got that body. We do have an enchanted piece. And this is the same as Mystics. It's not any better, so I don't have any issue storing this in here. We have a full set of Mystics in our magic wardrobe that we can take out at any time. So, no reason to keep this on our person. Let's find the red dragonhide trimmed. Honestly, kind of an odd one to be a hard reward. It is a hard reward, right? Yeah, okay. Cool, got one piece of that. And the rest of this, that's it for the hard clue score rewards that I want to store. Next, we just have stuff that we can put in elite stash units. So the rune crossbow with our miter combined with climbing boots, I believe, can go in the shadow dungeon over near Bextorian Falls. So we'll throw that there. This death talisman I'll have to make into a tiara, which gets stored with the Ring of Wealth, and I believe the Legends Cape. So yeah, let's put all this stuff in my looting bag. That's going to go in the looting bag. I'll make sure not to put the restores in there, actually, because I still need those to upgrade my pool one more time. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put these in my bag. Let's get our Legends Cape out. If I have it in here, I must have used it for something. I don't even know. Yeah, let's verify that it is the Legends Cape. Go get one back and make these stash units. Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm on the wiki for the stash units. I didn't realize that the Death Altar stash unit was a master stash. So I'm going to have to wait to put the Death Talisman and the Ring of Wealth in there with the Legends Cape until I am done with my construction grind. Yeah, I had no clue. That just doesn't seem like, I don't know, the caliber of items that would go in a master stash unit, you know? Total value of it is 16,000. Yeah, not really sure what the thinking there was for Jagex, but yeah, weird. But the rune crossbow can get stored in elite stash unit in the shadow dungeon, so we'll go knock that out. All right, we've made our tea. We've got our mushrooms. We've got our fairy enchantment and our watering can. This is going to be another big upgrade for the house. We can actually make our fairy ring. So we'll go ahead and drink this up. This puts us to 85 exactly. And we can throw our ring down. Look at that. Nice. That's it's going to be super useful. If you don't know, this is incredibly useful. If you don't have like a construction cape, especially in Ultimate Ironman, or if you don't want to make tabs. So now, from now on, if I teleport with my quest cape, this puts you This is the closest teleport that you can have to a fairy ring. And since I have the fairy ring in my house, obviously that's just a really close house teleport without having, like say I'm off spellbook or something, I don't have any tabs. It's going to be just so useful for this account moving forward, at least until I get the construction cape. I believe the fairy ring code is Dick, so nice. And that should take us to our home. Hell yeah, that's going to be used so often, and it puts us right next to our pool, so God, it's coming along. Next up, we have some more upgrades to make. In the chat here, I've listed how many marble blocks and gold leafs that I need. It's a lot of money. Here's the supplies that I need for the things that I plan to build currently. Yeah, so let's go get 4. Okay, so over here at Backstorian Falls, you just talk to Rosaldo to get your Ring of Visibility back. And this is accessible after or during Desert Treasure. So you just wear this, reveals the dungeon. This is where you kill one of the dudes for one of the diamonds, the Shadow Diamond. And right here is where you can build your elite stash unit, where my rune crossbow will have its home for the rest of its days. I was very, very lucky to get a miter during my, I can't remember where I got, I can't remember what clue scroll I got this from. It might have been during my medium clue scroll grind. I could be wrong though, it could have been from a random easy clue as well, I think, but yeah, that's just gonna sit here, and anytime I need the rune crossbow, I'll just come grab it out. But to be honest, I'm not really sure how often I'm gonna need it. With my previous experience with Ultimate Ironman, the rune crossbow is obviously great. I used it everywhere. I used it at like Cerdum and God Wars and all that, but with plans of getting the Bofa, since that's a thing now, it's probably not going to be used nearly as much. So yeah, probably collect some dust here for a bit. Yeah, but a little diversion. Figured I'd clear up some inventory space before I went and grabbed all my marble blocks. Okay, I bought all the marble blocks and gold leaves that I need for this little construction upgrade I'm doing. We already built the Gilded Portal Nexus. That consumed 4 of the 7 marble blocks that we got and 2 of the 3 gold leaves that we bought. We are over 3 mil poorer. We have over 3 mil less cash now, but we went ahead and unnoted 10 of the super restores that we need to go ahead and upgrade this pool from the Pool of Rejuvenation to the, I don't know, Divine Pool of Rejuvenation. I guess we'll see. Let's see. I gotta be in build mode. Alright, there we go. Let's check to see what we need to do for this. So the fancy Rejuvenation Pool, we have the +3 boost with the saw. We are currently level 82. So yeah, 2 marble blocks, 10 super restores for dose, unnoted. Let's go ahead and make the upgrade. Cool, that looks a lot better than that weird teal blue looking thing, so nice. And now this will not only restore our prayer and our run energy and our super attack, but also our stats, if we have any stats that are degraded. This is going to be specifically useful for doing stew boosts or for using the Dragon Battle Axe special attack. I can go ahead and spec in the house, restore my stats, and then pot up from there. So I still have a marble block and a gold leaf. The last thing that requires that, I believe, is the cape rack. Not the cape rack, it's something. Yeah, it might be called the cape rack. No, I'm thinking of the costume room. That's the cape rack. I'm thinking of like the cape holder that goes in the achievement gallery. So first of all, we have the level, we need it, so let's go ahead and build an achievement gallery. Right here, 200,000 coins, level 80. It doesn't really matter where it is or what the orientation is at the moment. We'll just go ahead and build it, because you can edit that entirely in your little house viewer here. If you didn't know, you can select a room, you can move it, you can rotate it wherever you want. You don't have to delete things if you don't have the ideal setup. Just a public service announcement. I'm not sure who needs to know that, but some people need to know that. Okay, so this is where we build our cape hanger. Yep, marble block, gold leaf, level 80, easy. And I've decided, normally I would put the, on my other Ultimate Ironman, I put the strength cape there. That's obviously the best utility-wise for an Ultimate Ironman, at least until you have like access to noted sharks. But I'm gonna put the Myths cape there. That way I have quick access to the Speaking of which, I think I can get it out of the house. But that way I have quick access to the Myths Guild, which is going to be very useful for Slayer, for cooking things. And I've actually blocked myself off. I can't get in my costume room at the moment, so I'll do that in a bit. But we can actually build our altar at some point once we get it. It costs level 80 to build the single one, and then it costs level 90 to upgrade it to all three. The first one I'm going to build is the Ancient Altar, but obviously I need to get the Pharaoh Scepter first. So I won't be building this until I get a Pharaoh Scepter, unfortunately. But we can make another upgrade here. Once we get the Games Necklaces and Rings of Dueling, we can make our basic jewelry box. And I also want to build the boss lair and the achievement. I also want to build the boss lair and the adventure log space. So we'll go gather the required material for those and meet you back in the house. Alright, back with some of the materials that I need to kind of beef up my achievement gallery here. First things first, we'll build our boss lair. Maybe not. Oh, 87. I have to get I actually have to get a boost. One sec. Alright, there we go. Boost acquired. Let's go ahead and build this boss lair. Cool. And that's going to remain empty until I get a, well, I guess a jar of any kind. So you take a look here. Gives you a list of all the different pets that can drop jars. They're very rare drops from pretty much all of these, so hopefully we get one soon. They all look pretty cool. Let's go ahead and build our adventures log now. You can build the mahogany one, easy. I didn't realize this was a thing. Quest list, that's actually kind of cool. I might go get some more papyrus and I'll do that later. I'll fill out the house later with frivolous stuff once I know how much GP that I'm going to be left with. So the last thing that I do want to build before going back to the construction grind though is the basic jewelry box. We already have the bolted cloth for it. Oh, I didn't realize I needed another steel bar for this. I'll go get another one of those, and actually that's probably good because Keldagrim currently is the best place to get gems, because for some reason, I don't know, Ironman have been buying out the stocks at like in Al-Kharid and in Ardoin and like cutting them and selling them back. It's been pretty annoying. It's been a pretty ongoing thing since I've made this account. I don't know if that's some sort of meta thing, some kind of new thing that's been going on, but yeah, we need to make, let's see, we need to make 3 of each of these. Yeah, we need 3 Rings of Dueling, 3 Games Necklaces. Let's go knock it out. Okay, we got Rings of Dueling, our Games Necklaces that are required to make the jewelry box, and we're just gonna walk back to our house now to go ahead and build it. This is big, man. This is gonna be a game changer, really. Previously, I've just been relying on this 20-minute counter for the minigame teleport, so pretty much all of the teleports that I'm about to put in here, I'm not going to have to worry about for that. I can use it for other things and not have to worry about managing it as tediously as I have been, because obviously one of the most important ones in here is the teleport to Perthorpe. This is not only going to get us closer to the Warriors Guild because it puts you right here, just a short walk to the entrance door, whereas the minigame teleport puts you downstairs, so you got to go up 2 flights of stairs, walk out those doors, and then head to the Warriors Guild. So this is going to be a lot closer to our food source. And then if we take a look at the other ones in the house real quick, take a look at our menu here, we can head to the PvP arena. So that's another reliable teleport to the Al-Kharid area, depending on where we want to go. Castle Wars, that's going to be great for the balloon transit system. Ferox Enclave, I use that quite a bit, not only to get looting bags, but if I do get a looting bag, I can use it to store items in my looting bag while I'm there. That's just going to be our safest place to bag, actually. I've been bagging at the Mind Altar ever since I had added that teleport to the Portal Nexus, but obviously, since all of the Wilderness is Singles Plus, none of that is safe anymore. The only safe place to bag is Ferox Enclave, so that'll be a very useful one. Perthorpe, like I mentioned, Barbarian Outpost, that's a great one. That'll get us to Baxtorian Falls whenever we need to. Corporeal Beast, whenever we feel like grinding that out, I guess. Tears of Guthix, that's going to be great. I've been having to go to the, I've been running my ass through the swamps every week, so that'll be nice. Nice little break, a nice little quick teleport there every week now. Wintertodt Camp, whenever I decide to grind out Wintertodt, that'll make it so much easier. Yeah, this jewelry box is so great, and I can't wait to get all of these added to it. And I think that was the last upgrade that I want to make to my house, the last physical upgrade at least. I'm looking around. Since I have this gilded portal nexus, I can have 8 teleports in it. Currently there's only 3, so I can add 5. This portal chamber here is, I think, the only one I want to keep. So the Battlefront teleport is obviously still important to us because that gets us close to History, which is where we store our items whenever we die. And then the Weiss and the Troll Stronghold portals, those are kind of tedious to make. I won't be adding those to the Nexus until much later. So this portal chamber is safe, I won't delete it. But the rest, these 2, I think I'm just going to transfer them into the portal Nexus. So I'll spend a bit of GP. I know before I was talking about doing Guardians of the Rift and making all the runes for it. I still want to do that, but I just don't have the motivation to do Guardians of the Rift right now alongside training construction, because it's not that AFK. I don't know, there is an AFK method for it, but it's not as AFK as I want it to be for what I've been doing. Which is playing other games in my AFK downtime. So yeah, it's just something I don't want to do, something I'm not comfortable with. Plus it'd be a total fucking leech, but yeah, so we have 3 in there currently, which means we can add 5, which means that we will be losing one of these teleports, and I've already decided that it's going to be the South Graveyard. That just makes the most sense, because I have unlocked fairy rings in the house, which means that South Graveyard is no longer my closest teleport to a fairy ring. My house teleport is. So this is redundant, that can go away. Say goodbye. I'm actually going to do something interesting before deleting it entirely. There is a hard task for the Mauritania area to actually make a Kirill teleport, which teleports you to Canifis. So I'm going to be replacing this with the Kirill one and then deleting this room entirely. Okay, I've got the Kirill portal built. There's the diary done. Now I just gotta buy a bunch of law runes and other runes needed to replace the other 5 portals in my house. We need to transfer them to the portal nexus, so let's get to work. Okay, I went ahead and bought all the runes that I need to replace the portals from the chambers and put them in the nexus. So what I've decided on is obviously the Kirill teleport is not going to get transferred, but I'm also going to hold off on the Drainer one as well. I'll probably end up adding that later, just because that is very useful to get my Ava's accumulator back. It's a very quick teleport to the Drainer Manor, obviously, right outside there, which is where you get that. But the rest of them I am. So we're putting the Waterbirth, Varrock, Falador, and Ardoin. So let's go ahead and check to see, or wait, no, we don't want to upgrade, do we? We want to configure. And we want to add Varrock, Falador, Ardoin, and Waterbirth. And then once we press save and close, it'll have this confirmation screen. So yes, I am okay with it taking all of my runes. And there we go. So we'll go to configuration here. We're not going to have any left click saved, just because we're going to be using this for construction. So I'm going to want the one quick teleport that'll take me to the map, and then from here I'll go wherever I need to go. Nice. And it's going to be nice having that all consolidated into this one room. And I can now delete these 2 portal chambers. Alright, we're just getting ourselves set back up to resume our construction grind. And this is kind of the rough layout that I have for my house right now. It's pretty scuffed. Obviously, I've got all these rooms just kind of off on the side that I don't know what to do with at the moment. Once I do get to my goal of 85, obviously, I'm going to be able to condense this even further, like that portal chamber will disappear. I'm not sure what else. I think pretty much all of these rooms are going to need to get kept, actually, except for that portal chamber. So once that's out of the way, I'll kind of mess with it. Right now, I just kind of want to like this, because while I'm doing Mahogany Homes, I have my compass oriented south the entire time, and I just pretty much have it set up like this, while my group Ironman is over here on the side. and I just leave the camera fixed. I don't move it at all during my entire time. So it's just nice to have it like this, because since it's facing south, I can just one-click teleport over to my Nexus. Once I teleport in, I can restore my run if I need to. My jewelry box is there. I also put my mounted Myths cape, so cool. And yeah, this is it. I'm not going to need my Drayman staff at the moment. I will go get my staff back if I run out of house teleports, but I don't think I will. Currently, I have one mahogany plank. Okay, yeah, that can just get dropped. Yeah, we're set back up. We got to get 85. Let's do it. Okay, look at this. We just hit 100 subscribers. I'm not sure when exactly, but I've been keeping an eye on it. I've been checking it like every hour since I posted my last video, because we were at like 96, but there it is, milestone of 100 subscribers. It probably doesn't seem like much to you, but to me it is. I mean, just to know that there are 100 people out there that subscribe to my channel to watch my videos every week is just wild. Because like, I mean, I don't even know 100 people in real life, I don't think, like that I would actually talk to on a daily basis, you know. So that's just crazy to me, and it's honestly, this is just the best way to support me right now. Not only does it give me motivation, but it just shows that you want to keep watching my content. So that's great. Let's get to 200, guys. Thank you so much. Look at my house. Got the mahogany costume room now. Finally got those Clue rewards out. Fairy ring. I'm down to 1 portal chamber. Obviously I'll get rid of it eventually, but right now I've got like 7 of the 8 teleports that my Nexus can hold, the gilded version. So that's pretty cool. Got my fancy pool, fairy ring, basic jewelry box, got my mounted mythical cape, and for some reason my pet thinks he's a boss slayer theme. I don't know, he gets stuck there every time I teleport to my house. I think maybe like over time I accidentally shifted over. I think maybe my my entrance needs to be where the Nexus is, and it'll fix that, but cool. Okay, as you saw, got our first Tombs of a Casket KC, first Raids KC in general, and we snagged ourselves a unique. We got the Divine Rune Pouch. I'm sorry I didn't do any live commentary. I was just kind of in the moment with my brother. We were learning and like watching YouTube videos and listening to music while doing it, so really couldn't talk over it. And I didn't even bother recording the boss fights just because they were just going to be so atrocious. And I was having connection problems anyways. My computer was kind of acting up. I actually almost got kicked from that raid. That would have sucked. I would have missed out on this guy. But obviously you can tell by the setup we're pretty new. We're just going with the Elite Void just because it's what we know. It's probably not the best to use. Let me know if you're like an early Ultimate Ironman grinding out the the Tombs of Masket if you have any tips for the gear that we wear. Obviously, I don't think Void is going to be the best here, but like I said, it's what we know, so it's what we're doing. Plus, my stats aren't the most ideal, especially when it comes to melee. I'm already nerfed with this Karis Partisan in most rooms, and just it being the best stab weapon that I have against like Baba or who's that other guy that teleports around? I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty underwhelming, but gets the job done. Dragon Dagger OP, great spec weapon throughout. Obviously, we're using our Rune Crossbow with the Ruby Bolts enchanted. We've got a 3-way switch to our magic, our main spell being the Ice Blitz, but I do have spells to cast Burst, both Blood and Ice, because you do need freezes in there for some of the puzzle rooms. But yeah, this is it. We're going to send another one. I don't know how many we're going to send, but I'm excited, man. First raid, first drop. Oh, and yeah, this is totally my brother's idea, by the way. I was perfectly content with training my construction, but he was pretty bored, and he threw it out there, and I didn't decline, so we are here. I would have much preferred, before coming here, to have my construction grind done and over with, and my house built up the way that I want it, because one, it would have provided a really nice quality of life in the form of the Ancient Altar, where I could swap my spellbook. Right now I have to do some janky things, but also I would have liked to get my smithing grind done as well, get that to 84 so that I could boost for the Lumbridge Elite Diaries in order to not have to use the Drayman staff to use a fairy ring, because to get here, if you don't know, the fastest way is actually this fairy ring right here, AKP, and maybe the scepter takes you in here, I'm not really sure, but this would be my best way of getting here. And I don't want to take up an inventory slot with the Drayman staff, obviously, so I just walk. I walk through the desert. I take the carpet to Polinovich and then to Sophinum, and then I just walk through the city and take this long brown path right here. So it is pretty inconvenient in that way, but it's really not bad for running these early TOAs, I guess. But yeah, I would have preferred to have the smithing and my construction grind done, but what can you do? Okay, I'm done raiding. We did actually manage to get another kill, which was cool. We got nothing, so we're gonna stop there though. Pretty inefficient runs, especially with me having to like span the entire desert to get to the point where I can actually be at raids. So in the future, I guess if I got used to it, I guess I would probably just bring my Drayman staff with me, because in that last run I used less supplies, obviously, and if I were to continue, I would just use less and less supplies as I got the mechanics down. So it really probably wouldn't have been that big of a deal, but I just really want to be at a point in my account where my POH is built up. So yeah, I'm not going to do any more until I have my smithing and my construction where I want them to be. So yeah, we just death piled, and actually the first raid I did, I got 10 dragon stones, which I realize if you look in my chat box here, it's exactly enough dragon stones for the fancy jewelry box, which I can make. It's level 86, I can boost easily. So I'm going to go ahead and make the fancy jewelry box. That's going to allow us to have the teleports from the combat bracelet and from the skills necklace. The most important teleports from that are probably the fishing guild and the farming guild. I'll actually be able to skip the run, because right now obviously I die, I spawn in Prifddinas, I run to my house portal, but then I still have to rely on the battlefront teleport from my house. So I run through the portal that takes me here, and then it's quite a long run to get over to the farming guild. Now I'm going to be able to teleport right here. Re-gearing after suiciding is not going to be an issue anymore. It's going to take no time at all. Okay, we've got our combat bracelets and our skills necklaces made. We've got our gold leaf. We're here at the Myths Guild, and I believe this fountain right here is able to charge every type of dragonstone jewelry. So we'll go ahead and use it on there. Yes, it does. So let's verify that that's what we need. 1 gold leaf, 5 combat bracelets, 4. Yep, and 5 skills necklaces, 4 charges. Cool. So those are all maxed out. So now all we gotta do is teleport back to our house, make our tea to boost our construction, and upgrade our jewelry box. There it is. Nice. Let's take a look at what new upgrades we have in here. If we go to our teleport menu, we've got the middle section unlocked now. And oh, here's one that I was sleeping on, the Warriors Guild. I just upgraded to the Berthorpe teleport, which puts me like right outside of the castle instead of like at the bottom floor. But now we have Warriors Guild, which puts us right outside the door that we need to be. So that's great. Champions Guild, that's kind of niche, sure. I guess that can be used for if I need white berries or something. Monastery, okay, for clues, nice. Ranging Guild, also for clues, really nice. Skills Necklace, we've got Fishing Guild, Mining Guild, Crafting Guild, Cooking, Woodcutting, and Farming. Okay, so woodcutting and farming are going to be the best ones for that. Also, the Crafting Guild is a very close teleport to... This actually might be my closest teleport to a balloon. I go to the Mining Guild all the time for AFK mining. The Fishing Guild, that's kind of out of the way. That's really nice. That's what I'm going to use every time I need to get my rune crossbow back. And also for clue scrolls. Yeah, just all of these, all around. Great. Alright, I've been doing this hard clue in tandem with my construction contracts. This should be the last step here after I sing her a song. Cool, there's a casket. Let's open it up. Just a bunch of alks. I got this casket from Woodcutting Teaks. The teaks that I'm using for construction, obviously. And just a little status update with the account. We are currently 83 construction, which I believe is normally the level that you need to have a max house. If like you're a main account or a normal Ironman, that's just where you want to stop pretty much. The only reason I'm going further, as you know, is to easily build master stash units throughout the world with the crystal saw boost. So we are 185k from 84. And my group account is still woodcutting away, just holding my place at the teaks so I don't bother anybody else. And 40k from 90 woodcutting. Dude, what the fuck? My brother, he's doing Temporos for the first time. Temporos, however you say it. He has 108 permits, his first time pulling. He's like, okay, pet incoming. First one, Spirit Flakes. Soak Pages, getting closer. Magefeld has a funny feeling he's being followed. He fucking got the pet and called it. Got another hard casket. Magic Compo. Runekite Shield T. 2 uniques, nice. I really can't complain about that. I think the Magic Compo is good for Barbarian Assault, right? I might be wrong. I'm not sure. I don't really know the metas there. I think the best in slot at the moment is the Venerator Bow, but this might be okay there too. I see a lot of people using it. But cool. Nice little fashion scape right there. Let's throw them on, see what they look like. I've always liked how the compo looks. I always wanted it to be good. I think like way back in the day, like pre-EOC, I used to use this because I was like obsessed with range. It was my favorite skill, but I had no idea how to train it efficiently. Yeah. Good times. All right. Just got 84 construction whenever I get out of this menu. There it is. And I was wrong before. I think I said that 83 was the level that people need to max their house. I think it's actually this level because you need to get the +5 boost with the... Because you need to get the +5 stew boost plus the crystal saw, which is a +8 total, to get you from level 84 to 92 to be able to make the Crystalline Portal Nexus. So yeah, 84, not 83. That was my bad. But we're here. Mahogany telescopes, dungeon torches, marble trap, steel-plated oak dungeon door, a bunch of dungeon stuff that I'm probably never going to use. Cool, I guess. One more level though. 306,000 experience to go. Almost there. And a quick hard tree run. Got 3 full-grown, healthy mahogany trees. That's 74 farming. Cool. Oh, that now we can officially do Legavano fruits. That is the highest tier for the Tithe Farm, and we can plant crystal trees in Kryptonus if we happen to get a crystal acorn. That's pretty cool. And we can also +1 boost to plant magic trees now with a green man's ale. Alright, let's get the pet real quick. Hespori seed. Just gonna drop that. Don't really want to worry about that right now, but no pet. Let's plant this mahogany sapling. Move on. Oh yeah, I'm not sure if I mentioned or not either. You probably noticed I'm wearing some construction gear. I got my steel toe boots and my hard hat on for safety. I've got a couple pieces of the carpenter's outfit, which does give you a little bit of a boost for your construction experience, which really doesn't matter, which is kind of why I started getting it last. I prioritized the reskin of my house and obviously having points for the plank sack. Since spending my points, I have gotten to the point where I can buy another plank sack, so that's good. That means that any points past this point, I'm not sure how many I'm going to get from 85, but I may just end up getting another outfit piece, possibly the legs. They cost 600 points, so as long as I have... The plan is to keep at least 350 points in here, because once I'm done with this grind, I'm just going to drop the plank sack. But the next time I come back here, I obviously want to be able to buy another plank sack. So 950 points is the minimum I need to get another outfit piece. So maybe I'll get there, maybe I won't, who knows. Easy clue casket from a nest. Armadillo robe legs, not bad. These will just get stored in the house until I have the full set, which will be never. Here's what they look like. Pretty bland. Oh, also shout out to 0 HP Scares Me. Always love the support. Okay, this is it. This long ass construction grind is coming to an end. Bob here. All the work required. That is, once I exit out of this screen, 85 construction. And that allows us to build a Gilded Mahogany Clock, Volcanic Theme, Fancy Rejuvenation Pool without a boost, which we already have that built, so Fairy Ring, also already have that built. Pretty much a bunch of stuff we've already built. Cool. Yeah, we ended with 1,108 contracts done in total with 726 excess points. The plank set costs 350 points, so we have plenty. We can actually buy 2 if we need. We have enough materials to do 1 more contract, so I'll probably do that. But this is awesome. We're done. This is the easy +3 boost with the crystal saw to build the master stash units, which means I'll kind of show you what that looks like practically on my account currently. We can get rid of the Ring of Wealth and the Death Talisman. We can store those at the Death Altar, actually, with the Legends Cape. And we can take our Black Mask, re-imbue it, make our Slayer Helmet, buy a Dragon Battle Axe, and we can store all 3... We can store those 2 items with the Dragon Defender that we have on our person in a stash unit in the Warriors Guild. And that's actually one of the most useful ones, because that means that we don't ever have to disassemble and unimbue our Black Mask to store it in the looting bag ever again. It will just be stored at the Warriors Guild until I need it, which is awesome. Also, this crystal weapon seed, I can turn this into a crystal bow and store this in the master stash unit over at the Elven camp just south of Kryptonus. So that's great. Plenty of inventory space is freed up. Plenty of space in the looting bag freed up, I should say. And we don't have to carry this Dragon Defender around with us everywhere we go anymore. So, awesome. I won't make those yet. Obviously, there are still upgrades we need to make to our house, so we'll head there now just to kind of give you an idea of what we still need. So, for the Portal Nexus, we still need 1 more upgrade. It takes 92 construction, so currently we need to get a +4 stew boost combined with our Crystal Saw to go ahead and build the Crystalline Portal Nexus, I think is what it's called. Also, we have the Xerix Talisman already, but over here on this wall, we can actually mount a dig site pendant. I can't do that yet. I still need a bunch of rubies, so we're gonna have to wait on that one. This portal chamber here, actually, I do want to get rid of. We don't need Battlefront Teleport anymore since we were able to upgrade our jewelry box to the fancy jewelry box. We have a direct teleport to the farming guild now, which is basically what we were using this for, because it took us to the Battlefront, which was a medium-ish, which was kind of an inconvenient walk. It was the most convenient, but still inconvenient walk that we had access to get to the farming guild, because it's so out of the way in the Kebos lowlands. We are good with we have a full mahogany costume room, so that's good there. Let's take a look at our achievement gallery. So obviously we do have the construction level to go ahead and upgrade this fancy jewelry box to the ornate jewelry box, but we just don't have the dragon stones. So yeah, maybe I'll do some more Tombs of a Masket later after we get our smithing up. After we have, or I should say after we have the Lumberjane Jainer Elite Diaries done. That way we don't need to have our lunar staff on us anytime we do a raid there. So let's think. Other than that, this is pretty much done, I guess, this room in particular. Once we do upgrade that, we will no longer have use for this quest hall right here. We won't need our glory mounted on the wall anymore because we will have our glories in there. And by the way, the one that I have mounted on the wall is actually stored there temporarily. When I delete that, or when I remove that, I get the glory back. So this one is either going to go into a stash unit, or it's actually going to go towards the jewelry box. I'm not sure yet. I guess it depends on what comes first and what my needs are in the moment. Recently for the kitchen, a poll did pass where UIMs are actually going to be able to make a spice rack in here. So eventually I do want to build that whenever they release that content. Hopefully it's sooner rather than later. Other than that, we've got the max T boost available to us. So that's all good there. Our pet house we don't need to upgrade right now, but I might do it anyways, just for future pets that we get. And other than that, I really can't think of anything other than, actually that's not, also where we have this fairy ring right now, you actually do have the option to put a spirit tree as well. So I will need to make a second superior garden, or whatever this is called, formal garden, superior garden, I'm not sure really. I will have to make a second one just because to combine the fairy ring with the spirit tree into one spot, you need like 95 farming. So you would need, and you can't use a saw here, so you would need to get a +5 boost with stew at level 90 minimum. So I will need 2 of these gardens made for the future, because I will want a spirit tree in my house eventually once I have the farming level to support it. So and that level I believe is like 83. If we go to special, right? Yeah, a minimum of 83 farming to have one planted. And the one that you have in your house doesn't count for the one planted around Gillinor, so you pretty much get a freebie in your house. You just required the sapling, and it's there automatically. Doesn't even have to grow. Another room is the study. I might update this a little bit because it's looking pretty bland. And there is a better lectern that we can upgrade to, where it combines the eagle and the demon, so that you can make all of the teleport tabs in one convenient location. So you don't have to make 2 separate rooms anymore with different lecterns in them. So that's nice. It's condensed. But yeah, that's all I can think of right now. If I think of anything more, you'll see it when I build it. I just had a thought. Before I drop the plank sack, I actually should probably use it to make all of the stash units that I want to make. I should probably go around and just make all of the elite stash units, as well as all of the master stash units that I know I'm going to use in the very near future. Obviously, I'm a little tentative on the master stash units. I don't want to build them all yet, just because each one you make effectively costs like around 135k, because you do have to buy the gold leaf, 1 gold leaf per master stash unit from the stonemason in Keldegrim. So they do get pretty expensive. They do get expensive very quickly. So I'm just gonna make the ones that I'm probably gonna readily use like right now, like what I had just listed. So probably at most I'll make 3. Not to mention that it will also be nice to use while upgrading my house itself. So, oh, and I can't believe I forgot to mention one of the most important things that I'm going to be upgrading in the house that goes right here in the achievement gallery, the altar to change our spell books. The ancient altar combined with the other 2. You can build the ancient altar at like level 85, maybe. Stand by. You can build any of the altars by themselves at level 80 construction. but then it takes level 90 construction to then upgrade it to all 3 combined. So obviously I'll have to make a choice on which one I want to build first. My choice is Ancient Altar, just because it is the most useful, being able to swap to Ancient Magics, because that is the most remote place to go and change your spellbook. It's also the most difficult to obtain, just because you have to get a Pharaoh Scepter from Pyramid Plunder. So that's actually going to be my next grind. So I'm going to be upgrading my house as much as I can at the moment, minus the altar, and then we're going to head to Pyramid Plunder and start plundering for some booty. Also, I've been looking around the house to see if there's anything else that I'm going to need to upgrade, to see if there's anything else that requires a stew boost to upgrade, and there isn't. The only thing that I need is the +4 for the Crystalline Portal Nexus, even the Ornate Jewelry Box, which is at level 91. That only requires the +6, which we can have with the Crystal Saw combined with our in-house T-Boost, so this is it. So I'm just going to knock it out of the way. Got my Hellcat. Gonna go grab some food for it and start collecting some orange spices to go ahead and get that boost. I need 2 magic stones and 2 gold leaves to upgrade to the Crystalline Portal Nexus. These magic stones are 975k a piece. So yeah, this is going to just demolish the rest of the cash deck that I have. I'm probably just going to wait for that to tick up, because that goes up to what? Yeah, close to $1 million. So I'll save myself around 25k and wait for that to get to 10 again. But yeah, we started with a cash deck of what? It was like 22 mil. now we're under 10 mil. So by the time we're done with the upgrades, we'll probably be closer to 5 mil. So 2-year tiers of Gothics. 62 per. Alright, so I'm on my way to get some Karamwanji for my Hellcat. Stackable food so that it doesn't die during the rat fights. And I just want to point out how many crystal shards I got passively from that grind. Also, I don't think I mentioned the woodcutting levels I got either. I think I started at like either 79 or 80 woodcutting, and I'm up to 83. And 128 crystal shards. Obviously, some of those, maybe like 5 or 6 of those, were from that one gauntlet KC that I got, but the majority of them, over 120, came from Teaks alone. And I got like 3 times that on my group Ironman, and he went from like 87 to halfway to 91 woodcutting. So all in all, that place is great for passive shards. All right, there we go. Got the boost, and there's the Crystalline Portal Nexus built that can hold every teleport in the game, pretty much. I think there are some exceptions, but no limitations now. Anything I want in there, I can add. Fuck yeah, dude. That's the hard part hard part out of the way. Well, actually, no. I think the hard part is probably going to be getting the scepter, but that's the annoying stew boost out of the way. I wish that I could store these extras in my house, but currently that's not available. All right, just took our last trip to the stonemason to spend way too much money. And got 4 more gold leaves. 3 of these are going to be used for our 3 master stashes that we're going to be building. But this one is actually going to go in here for an interesting little upgrade. It's more cosmetic than anything, but I figured it was fitting considering I just finished the quest list entirely. So there we go. This puts the quest list officially in our house, physically in the world of RuneScape. Currently, I'm the only one allowed in my house, but it's just cool to have that represented in game. Obviously, the only thing that I don't have greened out is the frozen door. I have every single mini quest done except for one. Now that I did raids 3 with my brother, so that's pretty cool. And this one requires me to kill all 4 God Wars dungeon bosses, which honestly I probably could do at this stage of my account, given that Bandos and Zamorak God Wars dungeon have that new ranging method that you can do where you don't get hit at all. So I could probably just go do that with a rune crossbow pretty easily. Learn the method or whatever. Honestly, I could probably just go and melee him too. So, but don't really feel like it. Nice, dude. Just looks so good. Okay, we made a trip around Gillinor, building all of our elite stash units. Well, most of them. I think the only one I didn't build was the one in the wilderness. This will be the last elite stash unit that I'm going to build from now here at the Warriors Guild. I think a black salamander goes in there at some point, so that'll get filled later. The only elite stash unit that I have filled right now is the one with the rune crossbow in it, in the Shadow Dungeon. And I built 2 other master stash units. This will be the 3rd and final one that I build for now. I just built the ones that I can fill at the moment with the stuff that I have in my looting bag. And obviously I'll do that after I die, whenever I die next. But right now, since I am done with that, and I am done with all the major upgrades in my house, at least that require planks, I think. I am confident that I can drop this plank sack now. I'm not going to need that anymore. I'm also not going to need this saw for a while. I can store my hammer. Bronze nails get dropped as well. And the axe, I don't think I'm going to need either. We're just going to go do Pyramid Plunder and hope to get a Pharaoh Scepter.